All right. Welcome, everybody, to another week of our Spotlight series. This week's going to be a total blast. So, we haven't done this before, and that's why it's going to be super fun and probably way more fun than just about anything we've done so far. We are here with Wild Air Skincare and its founder and brainchild creative force behind the brand, Lisa Kennally. And she's going to talk to us about her product line, of course, but we're also going to do our own virtual blend bar. We have some yummy base products that we're going to be working with today, and she's going to teach us how she puts all of this together and then sends it off to the top spas around the country. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it on over to you, Miss Lisa, and take it away.
Okay, thank you so much, Holly.
Yeah, welcome.
First of all, thank you for the opportunity to be here. I'm so excited. And I want to thank everybody who is here joining us today, whether it's the replay or live. So we really appreciate it. So like Holly said, my name is Lisa Kennally, and I'm the founder and creator of Wild Air Skincare. Wild Air Skincare is a professional line of body care products, specifically for nail and body treatments. So anything from, your wraps and body scrubs to manis and pedis. And they are all inspired by the beauty and the seasons of New England, where I am based. But they are used globally, actually. So today, what I'm going to do is just give you a little bit of a background as to why I started my brand, Wild Air, and the genesis of the brand. And then we're going to go right into how we really can custom blend a body scrub and to make it your own for your properties. So just to give you a little bit of a background, my mom and I, when I was a teenager, used to do our own facials, and we would do them the old-fashioned way, nothing fancy. We would put egg whites on our skin, and it, our skin would really tighten up. And we would boil, a big pot of water on the stove and steam our faces. And I really got into learning about, naturally based facial care and body care when I was a teenager. And then I kind of, went to college and studied consumer affairs, and then went into other industries. And honestly, at that time, it was so long ago, I'm not going to tell you how long. But I had no idea that making skincare products or body care products was even a thing that I could do. So many years later, I have two boys, and I really wanted to do something that would give me some flexibility and allow me to have a business of my own, marry up the natural product interest that I had, natural ingredients, and then also, be available for my kids. So 17 years ago, I started Lisa Ann Skincare, and I started right in my kitchen. I invited a bunch of friends over, and I had them, test and sniff and see what, appealed to them. And then I decided, I'm going to see what my local spa thinks of this. And I love working with businesses. And I decided, they were interested, and it really sparked my interest in working with spas. And I decided that that was going to be my niche. And I absolutely fell in love with the spa industry, and I just love the vibe and the people. And it's been my home for, over 17 years. So I no longer make my products at home. I'm right here in my studio in Connecticut. And, my products were really taking over the house. It just was not working out after, some time. So anyway, the studio is where I make everything. I ship all from here, and I work with spas globally. And I think what really sets Wild Air apart and what sets me apart is my ability to custom formulate to match what my customers' properties are all about and what is going to meet the needs of their clients. So I take my base products and I tweak them for scent and for botanical ingredients, and really match up what the needs of the spa is all about. So just to, I'm trying to share my screen here. I started actually in 2004. Everything is made fresh. It's made in small batches, all handcrafted, and they are made to order. Like I said, it's a professional line, so it's available in a back bar and retail. So the back bar sizes range from 32 ounces to half gallons to gallons. Really, my goal is to meet the needs of you and what your spot requires. Also, what I offer is private label, and it's become a huge need, especially in the past year, I've noticed since COVID hit. The demand for private label has really expanded. And I think it's because it's a really great way to set your property apart and to give your guests something to take home with that has your name on it, your branding, and I'm able to offer the products in the private label with very low minimums. And I work with each one of my spa clients to create the label. If you don't have a graphic designer on staff, that's okay. I take your logo, give you a mock-up of what the label will look like, and then we tweak it from there. So it truly is a custom product for you. In addition to our 7 core scent collections, which happen to be, I have some of them right behind me. Lavender, eucalyptus, and mint, cranberry orange, lemon verbena, chocolate, and island coconut. I have a huge amount of fragrances and essential oils available, and that's where we kind of start in determining which scent is going to work for you and your menu. So we can change them up by the seasons, which I love to do. I think that really sets you apart when your client comes in, and especially if you have a repeat client that is always looking for what's new, the seasonal offering is a way to answer that question. So in addition to those custom blends that we just talked about, I also offer a full spa support system. So that includes protocols, SDS sheets, shelf talkers. With customer service, you can reach me directly, texting, calling. I'm here for you. And my goal is to partner with you to be a true vendor partner for your success. And so I'm here to support you. This is just a picture of my collection of body butters. And this was the newest addition last year that I added, the lavender. Lavender is one of those scents that, it's been around forever, but it's so universally accepted and people just love lavender. But instead of just offering just plain lavender, which is in and of itself a beautiful product and beautiful scent, there is the option to blend it with other scents. We can add citrus scents, woodsy, like pine and cypress, and all kinds of mountain inspired essential oils blend really nicely with lavender. So that's just one option as far as, oh, there I am. So one of my collections is cranberry orange. And in New England, we have a large amount of cranberry bogs where the cranberries are grown and harvested. And I had the opportunity to visit a small family farm in Massachusetts. And I actually, they let me put on the waders and the rake and go into the water. And it was really, really fun. Very different experience. So this year, we've made some news. Our products have been featured in Day Spa Magazine and Skin Inc. In fact, in June, you can look for a body treatment protocol in Day Spa Magazine. So that'll be in the June edition. And going back to the front, I want to know what happened here. So I'm going to stop sharing and come back. So go ahead, Holly, do you have a question? Okay. So what I thought I would do is some of the people who had pre-registered, or everyone who pre-registered, was sent a kit. And the kit included an unscented, professionally sized body scrub, It's a sugar scrub. Yep, Holly's showing you too. I guess I can put mine a little bit closer up. And also a little pot here of lavender buds, lavender flowers to mix in, and rose clay. So this is a very nice, gentle clay that's perfect for all skin types, including sensitive skin. And you may not even think about putting clay into a body scrub. It's mainly used as a mask or a wrap. However, just for today's purposes, it adds a really nice color, and it's not going to take away from the scrub. So it's actually going to add a little bit of, the skin benefits. It detoxifies and it cleanses. And then everybody got a little vial of a combination of lavender essential oil and blood orange essential oil. There you go.
Yeah.
Yep. And you should have also received a set of gloves and a little dropper. And what we can do is just start mixing, and I will give you instructions. Great. And the only reason why I included the gloves is because sometimes when you get the essential oils, first of all, you don't want essential oils to touch your skin because it's not a good thing for your skin. It's always should be blended into oils or, the products directly, never directly on your skin. So the gloves are there to protect you. Also, if you happen to spill it, like I've been known to do, then you're covered in that oil, and it's really nice, but it could be a little bit overwhelming. So that's why I included that. If for some reason you were not able to pre-register and you would like a sample kit, reach out to me, and I'll be happy to send you some, this kit.
Yeah, and I did post on Facebook the contact information for Lisa, so you can shoot her an email. Of course, at the beginning of the recording, it had her contact information on screen as well, but definitely reach out because you want to do this, and you can always replay this whole thing and when you get your kit and kind of act like you were doing it with us.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
It's really not difficult. So what I want to do is just walk you through it. So this is how, it's pretty straightforward. However, I just wanted to show you the different options for custom blending. So like I said, this is it's an emulsifying, creamy, sugar-based scrub that rinses really cleanly, but leaves the oils on your skin. And if you want to test it just with one hand and compare it to the other, you'll notice immediately that one hand is going to be really nice and soft and feel so rejuvenated, and you'll want to do the other hand. So that, so it's a sugar base. Like I said, I do have the ability to make salt scrubs as well. And so what I thought we could do is start by putting in the lavender flowers. So
I'm going to start by putting on my gloves.
Okay, good idea. And actually, mine are on the table over there, but I'm here in my studio, so.
I'm very messy. I spilled my
right.
coffee on my way to this virtual, so.
Oh, great.
So this is going to wind up everywhere for me. I'm very excited.
Oh my gosh, great. Well, last week I opened up my cabinet right behind me, and a bottle of fragrance dropped on the floor, splashed everywhere, and a week later I'm still smelling it. So
could be worse.
It happens.
Could be worse.
Yes, definitely. Okay, so just take your lavender buds, and these are lavender flowers, and just give it a little stir. And you can either put all of those lavender flowers in that you received, or determine for yourself what you think you'd like. You can do less, or you can do it all, or anything in between. And it's really the whole purpose of putting in lavender flowers. It does give you a little bit more of the exfoliation, but it's just really beautiful. It's a really nice way to add something that attracts the eye, obviously, and adds more of the scent, the natural scent in there as well. So you can just give it a little stir. And if you want to take it out and put it into a bowl, just to
in case,
yeah, like Holly's doing.
We're gonna do it just in case. I'm trying it in here. So
Oh,
far,
good.
it's not going everywhere, but
Oh,
we'll
that's
see how
good.
long that lasts. We'll see how long.
Yep. So when I make it obviously in big batches, and the flowers are put into the scrub, into the sugar, at the same time as the oils. And, it's thoroughly mixed in. So it's a little bit more difficult to do it this way, but that's how, I do it in the
Oh, it's
bigger
really
tubs.
pretty. Look.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not,
Okay.
right, exactly. Okay, we can add a little bit of the clay now. And I really would go light on that because you don't want it to absorb all the, oh my gosh. Gotta love live.
Yes. That'll be me shortly. Don't, you're not alone. You are not
Good thing I
alone.
have my wooden stick here.
Yeah.
But anyway, the rose clay is so vibrant, and it's just such a pretty color.
Yeah.
And when I make this, there's also Brazilian purple clay that I've used before. That's really pretty with the lavender. So
Mm.
that's an option as well.
And so
I
see if
also,
you can, stuff like this, you can fully customize, right?
oh,
To a
that's exactly what I do.
property, like you were kind of mentioning earlier,
Right.
and create your own
So,
like scent story we were kind of talking about before.
right. What I really enjoy doing is learning about your property and what's in the area. So let's say you happen to be situated with, within pine trees or juniper. So why not create, your own signature treatment using what's around you in nature?
Mm-hmm.
And your properties are so, ensconced in beautiful nature around you that, you have so many different options.
Yeah.
Pine, cypress, it just depends on where you're located. But I really enjoy just truly making it custom. And so the process of doing that is very simple. We have a conversation, we talk about what your thoughts are, what your favorite scents are, what you think your guests would enjoy. And then I send you samples. And then you tell me, well, you know what, Lisa, we'd like to add such and such to it, a different scent or strengthen it. And then we just go back and forth just a little bit to make sure it's the perfect scent for you. And then that's it. It's a pretty simple process, actually.
It's a
And I
really
have a
great
lot of
process.
ideas.
It's a really great process, very
Yeah,
collaborative process, which I think
right.
makes this a whole lot of fun.
Yes. It's supposed to be fun and
Yeah.
creative. Most of us in this industry are pretty creative, I think.
Yes.
But I know it takes, your responsibilities are numerous, and I try to make it so that this process isn't so time consuming for you as the spa directors, because you have so many different things going on. So the idea is to make it simple and make it really special. There you go. Well,
I
yours
have a
is ready.
casualty. I already dropped on the floor.
Is that right? I didn't even notice. That's
Yeah.
okay. I dropped my little
That's
mixing.
okay. It's going to wind up on the bottom of my feet because I decided not to wear shoes to this one today.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I'll exfoliate while we, play around. Very
That
fun.
sounds
Very,
good.
very
That's great. Okay, and then if you want to put in a few drops of the oil for your scent, those are,
this, right?
yep, it's a blend of blood orange essential oil and lavender essential oil.
Cool. And how much should we put in?
It's really up to you. I would start with a couple of drops.
Oh, that's a lot right there. Okay, that's
Yeah.
good.
It's based on how strong, how rich you like the scents. So that's the nice thing about what we're doing today is it truly is, your own scent and your own blend.
I like it. All right,
Yeah.
let's mix this up. I'm gonna mix
Great.
mine up and see. I did 2 drops, just like you suggested, but
Okay.
I'm a huge fan of citrusy scents.
Me too.
And I love that lavender kind of cuts the bite. I don't
Right.
even, I don't know what I'm talking about clearly. The note, wherever that note
The
is.
note.
But I am excited to see what this blood orange and
Yeah.
rose. Oh, I could totally use more.
You could use more.
I could definitely use more.
Most people like the scents to be rich, to be
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm feeling that today.
Good. So while you're doing that, you can
I
put
did
it on
not
as,
touch my skin, I promise.
I did put a little bit of jojoba oil in there. So those essential oils have already been, infused in some oils, just in case.
Oh, good. So I can make
You
a
can.
make a
Yep.
custom fragrance.
That's right.
My perfume
Yes,
today.
exactly.
How very French of us.
So while you're doing that, I also have some salts here and some other added botanicals. And so one thing that you could do is make, well, what I could do for you is make your own salt soak. So I have Dead Sea salt,
Okay.
and I wanted to add some Himalayan pink salt because it's so pretty and it's mineral rich. It's really good for the skin and the body. It helps detoxify. And I have some rose buds here, rose flowers,
That's pretty.
some petals, and we could put that in. I hope this is showing.
We
And
can
then
see
just to
little bit.
add a little bit of fun, lemongrass. So
Oh,
they may not be the combination that you would think of, but when you mix it all together, yeah. I don't know if can you see
we
this?
can see it. Yeah.
Okay. So it's very, very botanical.
I
But
love
and if you have those bowls for pedicure bowls,
it.
it's really a beautiful way to start a pedicure, or even just a salt soak treatment.
Great.
And then of course you add the essential oils in there.
Very,
But it comes already all prepared and fully customized.
I love it. I love it.
Thanks.
I'm a big fan. I put lots of these scents in mine because I just love that mixture. I actually never would have thought rose with rose and lavender, yes.
Yes.
But rose with lavender and citrus with the blood
Oh,
orange is a unique
that's,
blend.
yeah, that is unique. Well, the salt soak is just lemongrass and rose.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I love that.
yep. The rose and lavender are both kind of like very strong scents on their own.
Yeah,
And then when you put it together and balance it out with maybe a citrus, it's very pretty.
most definitely. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So then in addition to the scrubs and the soaks, all of these products can, follow the same pattern. They can all be customized to, have one theme basically. So, the lotion, the body butter, the massage oil, those all can be customized as well.
I love
So I
that.
do quite a bit of that for my spa clients.
Well, and I think right now it kind of makes sense, as people are revisiting, their operations, as they're coming out of COVID, and they certainly in the last year have had to do a lot of,
Yes.
creativity when it comes to, what stays on the menu, what doesn't stay on the menu. I think having a point of differentiation with your own customizable product, along with being complemented with the products that you already have, I think is just
Right.
a really great opportunity for spas. And something that I certainly, if I were back in an operation, would be very interested in for that reason. Because
Yes.
it can be something that just tells our story. Whatever property I'm at tells that story. So that's a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have a spa property right now that is on a very big lake, and it's a huge summer draw, falls, late spring. And we just created a collection called Diamonds on the Lake, because when they look at the lake, it just sparkles like diamonds. And the scent is lavender and spearmint, and the property's colors are blue and silver. And so we did the labels and those colors, and it's gorgeous.
That is cool.
And that's just really reflective of the property and what's around them. And so that's something I could do for any of the properties.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm going to visit real quick and see what comments or questions that we have. I kind of popped over for a quick second over here to Facebook to see what we've got. We've got quite a few people viewing right now. So if you have any questions or comments, definitely pop a comment in there. And I'd be happy to share or ask Lisa on your behalf. But you know, lots of cools and this is great type of comments. I love it.
Thank you.
What is, if I could ask you, what is your most, when somebody partners with you, what is your most popular kind of, I guess, product base? So is it a scrub? Is it an oil? Is it a lotion? Or is it kind of all of them are sort of your top sellers? I'll ask that first.
Right. Okay. So usually it's a combination. It's definitely a scrub plus. So it's usually a scrub and lotion or a scrub and butter because, you know, obviously one will follow the scrub. You know, if you're doing a body scrub treatment or you're doing a pedicure or manicure, you're going to follow it up with something to massage the skin and to leave on the skin. So in the winter months, the butters are more emollient. They're very, very rich. In fact, I think you have a sample in your package. And the texture is super, super rich and thick, but non-greasy, and it really helps hydrate the skin. That's the massage oil. Yep. So there's a butter that was.
Sorry, people, but you know, look in the mirror and see what it says.
That's the butter, and it's super, super thick.
Yeah. Oh, I left that in my other room. I'm sorry. I was like,
oh, that's okay. That's all right. So, and then the lotion. So it's either a scrub butter combination or a scrub lotion.
Okay, that makes
those are the two most commonly ordered products.
Cool. And what would someone, you know, if they wanted to, you know, open an account with you, can you talk a little bit about minimums, and do they vary between, you know, what you already have for your course fragrances or and product, or, you know, I guess.
Yeah.
How much do I got to spend to start working with you?
I make it so easy. It's ridiculous.
Good, 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 good. You have the, you started that out right.
Right. So there are no big minimums. There, honestly, I used to have a dollar amount as a minimum. And I really found that I like to work with properties of all different sizes. And I realized that taking in, you know, 1,000 products is just not realistic, and it's just not going to work. So as far as minimums go, I like to produce a la carte. I like to make it a la carte. So let's just say you don't want to take in the whole line. You know, you have a lot of products. You don't want to commit to a whole line. That's perfectly fine. If you just need a gallon of scrub or a gallon of body butter, I'm perfectly happy to work with you on that. As far as the private label, my minimum is 12 of each SKU. And I even work with you on that too. I'm pretty flexible. I have the ability, I work with some really good printers that can just print in small quantities. And so that makes it a lot easier. It's usually the printer that causes me the most trouble as far as the minimums go, but I have some options, and I've been doing it for so long that I've kind of explored a lot of different printers.
And you found the one that works and is most flexible, and understanding that not everybody's budget is the same. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And you know how it is with seasonals. They're only around for a few months, and why not capitalize on what you have, you know, here at the moment, and not look for a huge commitment. So that's how that. So
yeah. And that, I mean, that's awesome that you can kind of customize to anybody's business and budget, which is really what we all need to get back on our feet. And I think it's the future of spa, in my opinion, where, you know, not boxing people into a dollar amount is really helpful. And it certainly creates a more collaborative relationship in the long term, for sure. It looks like Miss Brooke is showing her face, so she must have a comment or a question. So I'm going to add her.
Okay. Hi, Brooke.
And she's going to have to unmute. Maybe.
I don't have a question. Well, actually, I got all of it. And Lisa, I'm so happy that you're on this call. And I think I talked to you when I was at another property, but now I'm at a new property that can't wait to do this, because I think you probably talked about being able to incorporate scents or elements.
Yes, definitely.
we're still in Montana, but we're in sagebrush and Yellowstone and a different place, but I'm really excited to create a custom
Great.
blend with you.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I would love that. So sage, obviously, if that's around you, you know, and you want to do a sage-based treatment, that's, you know, sage essential oil, sage leaves, those are things that can be infused into the products pretty easily. She looks distracted.
I am distracted. Yes, I have.
Okay. That's the way it goes on Zoom, right?
That's what happens when we're live, right? Yeah, no, I think, you know, that custom opportunity, you know, with Brooke is, I mean, with anyone is fantastic. But I know Brooke's wheels have been turning for some time about Wild Air. And so it'll be exciting to see
Great.
what y'all come up with, and I hope you share it with us so that we can celebrate A, new partnership, but B, also maybe a new combination of scent, which would be very
cool. That'd be great. We certainly will.
I'm sorry, I do have a question. And it's about what you sent. There was a container with, and you probably already talked about it, but the container with, it looks like a clay or a mud.
Yes, it's rose clay. Here it is. So I included that just because I wanted the scrub to look really pretty, obviously, because I sent the scrub to you unscented. It didn't have any color to it. And the idea behind it was that if we were doing a lavender, you know, base scrub, why not add a little bit of clay in there? And this is rose clay. It's great for sensitive skin and for all skin types. And you don't have to include it in here, but it really does make it pop, I think, in color. And there are other clays that are have other colors, like Brazilian clay I mentioned earlier, and that's more of a purplish color, and it's natural, and you could infuse that in there as well.
So good.
Yeah, so there are all sorts of options. If we're going to do something with sage, maybe we use green sea clay. Or French green clay, you know, just to give it that color. So we'd have to experiment and tweak, and I'd send you samples.
I tried the scrub the day that I got it, just the plain scrub, and I love the texture. I love how my skin felt afterwards. It did not feel oily. It felt amazing.
Oh, that's so nice to hear. Thank you so much.
Very, very hydrating. It's almost like you don't, you know, especially using it at home, you know, getting out of the shower, it's almost like you don't need lotion or anything after it because it is so hydrating, but it also, it doesn't feel greasy, it doesn't feel oily or tacky or sticky or anything like that sometimes scrubs can feel. And yeah, it's really awesome. Really,
it took many years. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, it took a lot of trial and error over the years to make it the perfect consistency. There's shea butter in there, and if you put too much shea, it will come out sticky. So there's there was a balance. But the shea butter in the oils is what really makes it makes your skin so hydrated, where you almost don't need a lotion afterwards.
And I also loved that it's not super oily, where there was a layer of oil on the top that leaked out.
Yeah, that happens a lot with with brands. I think that's hard. You know, I'm sure it's hard to formulate it exactly so you don't have that issue. But I love that you've got all these really hydrating coconut oil, olive oil, rice bran oil, that shea butter with the pure cane sugar is lovely.
All skin nutrient. They all have like omegas, and you know, they're just good for the skin.
I see Brooke mixing away over there.
Oh.
Mine smells fantastic. I'm going to use it tomorrow morning.
Good. Great.
Because I can't wait. And living in a dry climate, we need exfoliation like crazy.
Yes.
Our skin just gets super dry.
Yeah, you know what's funny? In the summer, it gets super humid up here, but we all have the air conditioners on. And so then our skin gets dry. It's like a vicious cycle. So I used to not, really worry too much about using lotion, but now with the air conditioning, we're getting the hotter summers, skin's just drying out all the time.
All the
So
time.
we're using more products.
Yeah, we are. We are. But that's
Yeah.
making us look young. Stay young.
Yes, or feel better.
And feel better. I feel better when I look younger.
Yeah, well, that's true. You do a great job of that,
Because I'm
Holly.
not getting any younger, actually.
None of us are.
Yeah, if my skin can look like I'm in my 30s, then I feel like I'm in my 30s. Let's just put it like that.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Well, does anyone else have any other questions or comments? And let's see, I'm going to pop over here and see if anybody has anything that they have to say.
I'm always available. You can text me, you can call, email, go on the website. It's info@wildAirSkincare.com. And if we want to put up that first screen, Holly, I don't know if you have the ability to do that. It has all my contact information there.
See if I can grab it.
But if not,
now.
it's wildAirSkincare.com. That's the easiest.
I'm trying to share that screen. I just made a little modifications. Let's see.
Okay. And Brooke, I'll reach out to you after this and we can come up with some fun things. I'm excited.
There we go. So we got Lisa's info right here. And yeah, so we are, I think, about wrapped up. I mean, this was so much fun.
Thank you.
I didn't lie, did I, people? When I said this one was going to be really fun, and maybe some of the most fun that we've had so far. I mean, we've given ourselves facials. That's wonderful and lovely, and I will never turn that down. But when you can get your hands in it and kind of mix it all up yourself, it's really takes it to a whole new level in terms of experience and being kind of engaged with the brand. And Lisa, I'm just so grateful, as per usual, for our partnership and for getting to do these wonderful virtuals with you. And we're going to see you at our Colorado in-person event.
I'm hoping. I really love to do that.
It's still a few months away, but
I know.
Yeah, but so we've got some time.
Yep.
But definitely don't hesitate to reach out to Lisa in the meantime. So I guess without, before we run out of here real quick, next week, goodness, what do I have next week? I probably should have looked. I know. Next week is actually a little bit different because next week we are going to be live and only Facebook Live, I think. I might try to throw it onto Zoom too. We'll see, but I'll at least be Facebook Live from Live Love Spa Denver. So we'll be hanging out with all of our speeps at the Ritz-Carlton. Couldn't be a worse place, right? And we'll get to say hi to all of our good friends, and we'll walk around the trade show and let you all say hi to everybody in attendance. And then next month, we have some really great new vendors that have joined us in the last month who are going to be doing their virtual spotlights. And we kick off our very first 2021 in-person event on June 21st. It's a Monday in Snowbird, Utah. So if you want to come, check it out on our website under our upcoming events page and submit a request to RSVP and attend to join us. It's going to be a great time. We'll hang out with each other and break bread and maybe even give a hug if we're allowed now. We might be allowed now. So you don't want to miss it. And thank you all again so much for joining us this week. And Lisa, again, you outdid yourself. You really
Thank you, Holly. Well, thank you
you
for having me. This is a great opportunity to see everybody and I really appreciate it.
Pleasure is all ours. I guarantee you that. So we will see you all next week. Same time, 12 noon Mountain Time on Facebook Live. Have an awesome week, everyone, and take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.